Keeper, the one which dwelled, though many disputed this, in the eternal emptiness earth held within. It surrounded itself in a layer, below all mortal gaze, yet amidst them all. Laying dormant, its whole essence seeped through to the surface, where it bred every aspect of life, from the snake to the human, and the river through the forest. Each tree survived to push its roots so deep into the ground that they would reach the keeper and rest over its ancient shoulders. It was believed that some had succeeded. They did, but was of no good for humanity, for no human had ever reached the true depths of the keeper's lair. Even if they did, such a being was oblivious to the ways of man and their callous words, no matter the language of utterance. For only in its ignorant, endless sleep could it provide its vital sap as nourishment for the world. The roots that grew about it, as wild ivy grows over the relict castles, were its only channel to the world above, its sole consolation of a well-kept balance on the surface, through its sacrifice below, the trees that grew for hundreds of years without perishing, offering their fruitful branches to shade all those in need. It wasn't enough. Humans can never get enough. They cut their first tree to be sculpted into idols dedicated to their idol god that they had envisioned to justify their life within an otherwise dead universe. The keeper still slept deep within its open grave. Then they chopped another, so they could build their houses in castles and empires. Then another, for the temples of self-worship like no other man before could dream up. Feeling the many roots around him wither and die, the keeper opened one of its eyes. To this, the wind stood still, as did the clouds, holding back the rain for it to never fall on the surface of earth again. Humans adapted. They severed even more trees so they could divert the rivers to their pleasing. Those roots, too, withered, and the keeper opened its other eye to observe the decay felt within, reconstructed around it. To this expenditure the rivers stood still. As the life had faded from them, waters halted their perpetual flow. So, naturally, man cut all but one lonely tree atop a hill to make space for the roads that would enable the transport of water between them. Feeling solely the roots of that one tree alive upon its shoulder, the keeper opened up and screamed. Its tormented shout rippled through the layers of dirt and shook the whole surface as such that mountains trembled. The houses, castles, empires, and even temples were all destroyed. The first human to come across that lost ancient tree did not rest his troubles upon its sheltering roots. Instead, he swung his axe against it, thirsty to rebuild that which now lay in ruins. When those last roots died in the presence of the keeper, its sorrow was so great that it stood up in a simple gesture of mourning. It had been fully awakened. With its awakening, it retrieved the vital sap left to roam distant from its resting place. All manifested forms of life had to be confined back within a singular one. Otherwise, it would have remained incomprehensible. The sky darkened, the light now devoid, and all that was alive had collapsed as life returned whence it came. The essence had seeped back to the dark matter of its chamber, where it regained control over that ungrateful world, its creation. Could it feel disappointment? Remorse? Hatred? Perchance not, as it wasn't imbued with those mortal sensations and sentiments that it gifted humanity with. No, it simply felt nourishing and enduring life dying out, so it gave its creation a swift end, to end the misery it, blind in its chamber, perceived the world to suffer through its only mediators of realms, the roots of trees. It was more of a natural reaction rather than a planned demise. Again, thought and planning were its gifts to humanity that itself could not develop within its void. Within its core, within what was once a black star, The keeper was resting its existence, so that one day it may sleep again, and one day, in its dreams, it could spread its vital breath to infuse that surface realm once more.